What up, Vigilantes? Today we have the pleasure of having Steven Zeiler with us. Steven is someone that I've known in crypto for many years, someone that I highly respect. And him and Derek Freeman, his business partner, they started an amazing merchant processing business called Anypay. And who better to talk about the state of crypto and the many options that are out there for merchants than the founder of Anypay himself. Steven, thank you for being with us.
It's my pleasure, Raphael. Yeah, we love to say that we're into Bitcoin and not crypto. We're to start off how we might be controversial. I'm not that interested in crypto actually, and there are amazing benefits that my company is aiming to give people using Bitcoin technology that only Bitcoin can deliver, and that's what excites me the most. So thanks for having me to explain everything we're doing.
Okay, well, we're very excited to have you here. And yes, it's Bitcoin has had has had a very rich history, and maybe we can get into that. But we want to get to know you better a little bit more. And so how, Steven, how did you get into crypto? Maybe you can share with us a little bit about your background in crypto.
I always came more from the money side of things, from currency. I was really into silver and gold, and when I met you in Austin, I think all of our friends were into silver and like trading it and measuring things in terms of that, and I also became rather obsessed with software development and love making apps for fun, for businesses, and I spend all day, a lot of time writing software for the last 10 or 12 years. And so when I learned about Bitcoin, it seemed like it gave you superpowers, things you could create apps and things that help people with Bitcoin that were irresistible.
Right on, right on. And so now you guys have Anypay, and we've been following you guys with Anypay for quite some time. You guys have actually come to Anarchapulco and set up our merchants there with having the ability of receiving crypto as payment. And it was just awesome to have you guys do that for us. And we saw the power of Anypay. And so tell us about Anypay.
Well, our mission is to help businesses launch and earn money from anywhere in the world and get funds in their business with no capital, and start new ventures as easily as possible. And so we first approached this from helping people just accept Bitcoins in their store, because they could get paid from anywhere in the world. And so we developed a bunch of tools that make it fun, and we're really focused on helping new businesses get capital and get paid.
Awesome. And so what cryptocurrencies are allowed to be used on Anypay for merchants?
Well, we're focused on a unique set of coins that allow us to create business software that can be run anywhere in the world, regardless of jurisdiction or regulations, because our software helps your business be not only you can get going and get paid with no capital at all, but it's totally legal everywhere in the world, which is maybe something different from other crypto type software, where it may be trying to get around rules rather than designing technology that makes business safe and legal to start up.
Right. And you bring up a very important topic here, in that if we're going to be money for the world, we should be as accessible to everyone as possible. And it's interesting to me that that you guys are taking this approach, and I find it very valuable. Can you speak a little bit more about making it legal while accessible to the merchant?
Right. So and this is part selfish, because we want to help people anywhere in the world, whether that's in Southeast Asia, in in South America, in Africa, in Eastern Europe, Russia, places that are often very unserved because of regulations. There's all kinds of financial regulations that with Bitcoin technology you can create things for these people because you can make software that is completely non-custodial. Basically, that is exempt from like money regulations and money transmission rules and banking laws because it's like way more secure and than the traditional software for business. So you asked like which coins do we support? We support currencies that allow us to have a business that helps people get paid and raise money without ever touching the money and ever touching the funds. And that allow us to make payments perfect and exact and precise every single time without the possibility for an error. And so that's how we choose the networks we want to support on our system.
Okay, great. What networks do you support right now on your system?
Well, most importantly, we're aiming to create products that are only possible with Bitcoin technology. Things that help us give people things that can't be done before, like payments that are split a bunch of different ways, that can go to a bunch of different people all at once, rather than having payments go to one person and then coordinated to other people. So we focus on networks that can do like complex payments with multiple recipients, multiple outputs, and that are really easy for anyone to use.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a lot of work. Wow. Congratulations. So let's talk a little bit more about this. Is this particularly exclusive to like Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV? When you speak about Bitcoin, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah. So generally there are I would say two classes of value transfer networks in the modern kind of economy. In the digital signature based like economy that Bitcoin launched. So there's networks that use accounts and there's networks that use coins. And an account is kind of like a bank account where your amount goes up and down. And you tell the system to transfer an amount and it reduces your balance. And then there is another type of system that is more like you have a bag full of coins of different sizes. And when you pay, you grab the right sizes of coins and you pay with those coins. And so I don't know, this I'm trying to describe this in a weirdly interesting way that people might not have heard before. But right. So basically Bitcoin and Zcash and Dash and Bitcoin Core and Bitcoin Cash and a lot of different coins are like the second one, where there's different sizes of coins that you pay and you can get change and you can pay 10 people at once, different amounts. So that's the kind of system that we focus on, and we don't focus very much on the account-based system, which is way harder to work with. It doesn't scale very well, and you can't do payments that are unique to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. You can't pay two business partners in the same payment. You can't easily split transactions, and so we don't like those. They're too boring. Like if you want to just send a transfer, like from one person to another, there's lots of options for that, and they've had options for that for a long, long time. And
right,
yeah.
Wow, that's interesting, and it seems to me like a lot of entrepreneurs like yourself are starting to rediscover what's possible with Bitcoin, and the types of payments that are possible within Bitcoin's original protocol. So this is fascinating because it's almost as if we've disregarded a lot of possibilities within Bitcoin itself. And it seems that what you're doing is reigniting that fervor of engaging Bitcoin with all of its possibilities. So is there anything else that you would like to explain regarding this?
Yeah, totally. So we like ourselves and we love our character, and our brand Anypay is very open. It's white, it's bright, it's happy, it's colorful, it's inviting, and it's truthful, and we are out in the open completely in all ways. So one of our core value is honesty and integrity, and standing up for who we are, and putting that on record. And we're using Bitcoin to help people put truth on the record and have true ownership of information and assets, and things that can be used as evidence in conflict, instead of allowing corruption and things to be destroyed. We believe that truth will empower our world to make better decisions, and to eliminate fraud, and to eliminate more crime from people who might take advantage of positions of power, such as, all kinds of people. I'm sure you can imagine some people.
Of course.
So we really like the ownership and the record aspect of Bitcoin, because for the first time you can know, like, with really good certainty, who owns what, whose property belongs to who, and you can see when it's transferred or when it's stolen. There's a record of everything.
This is very different from the libertarian ambition and fervor for having a lot of privacy and anonymity, it's almost like I see it as a bullhorn envelopment and trying to give people more freedom, right? Whereas people like in Monero, and you've seen this in BTC and in Bitcoin Cash, they want to expand the possibilities of privacy. And here comes a lot of OG Bitcoiners like yourself, and you're like, wait a minute, yes, privacy is important, but having everything you just explained is equally important, arguably even more important, right?
I wouldn't discount privacy for a second. And there's lots of tools that people can use to transact privately if they want. And there's no reason for us to compete with other people who, let you get paid with Monero on your website. That's taken care of, right? Like, that is a straightforward thing. And it's less imaginative, really. And what I'm not excited by privacy. Like, I'm excited by helping people create new ventures and build new art and help people. And so I'm making tools for that.
Right. They're not mutually exclusive. And that's what a lot of people tend to feel, as if in crypto you have to choose one or the other, and to have these other approaches to these technologies, I think, is extremely valuable. It's almost like crypto, from a libertarian perspective, has become a place where you have to pass a certain libertarian purity test, a purity test as a libertarian. And the truth is that with this creativity that you speak of is something that is very valuable. And so
Well,
let's get.
I don't know about that purity test concept. I think
Yeah,
that
I don't.
that might be an echo chamber where they're not even seeing what's actually going on. So, uh, like, but it's more. I'm more excited about new things that can be done that couldn't be done before. For instance, like when you pay it, the money going to multiple people. Like part of it goes. So, for instance, there's a popular app that someone built with our APIs in Caracas called Dingo Delivery, and basically it's really cool. It's this WhatsApp number that you text, and it's like half robot, half human, and you text them what you want, and they'll deliver it to you, and then they send you a link to pay, and you can pay with Dash. And when you pay with, first of all, this is only legal because the app, like the payment processor, we never even touched the Dash at all. Like the money goes right from the payer who's buying, the customer, right to the Dingo delivery service. And the money can be split. What they're working on now is to split part of the payment, so it automatically goes to the guy who's delivering, and the rest goes to the company. And a tiny fee goes to Anypay, our company, for coordinating that payment.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. That's really cool.
It is cool, and it's super
Yeah.
easy, and the payments are perfect every time. We make sure that everything works exactly right. So they've built this into their app, and it's all automatic, and that's great. I like that. I think that people making apps where value is being transferred is way more exciting, and so that's why we're mostly focused on beyond our own products, helping people use our payments platform. It's super easy.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So
so
I
it's all about finding things that only Bitcoin can do.
so I see that you guys are doing not just merchant processing, but also now are doing online payments, correct? From you guys are moving from point of sale and doing more online stuff now. Can you explain that, please? Like, where are you guys in that whole process?
Oh yeah, so you can pay online. You can use our API, integrate into your website. We have the best point of sale system because we started basically for fun, building a retail checkout experience, which is definitely the best retail checkout experience ever for Bitcoin, and still pretty great for payments overall. The most fun thing, and this is really just fun because, well, people use it every day, and it's a single code that you pay, and it works for all the coins on our platform. So we've made it so stupid simple for cashiers to accept payment that they don't even have to know what Bitcoin is, Bitcoin Cash. They don't have to know the difference between coins. They don't even have to know that there's multiple coins. They just say, I want to pay with Anypay. You put in $5, and no matter what wallet you use when it scans to pay, well, a lot of wallets support this, at least. There's one QR code, and if you're using Dash or Bitcoin SV or Bitcoin Cash, it automatically pays the correct one. You don't have to like select which coin you want or anything like that.
Oh, nice. That's very neat. I've never seen that before. That's really nice.
It's great. We have a bunch of wallets that support it. But there's only so many people around the world right now who are interested in paying with Bitcoins at a store. Like we have our long-term plan here, and we're looking like people are going to want to pay with Bitcoin Cash at a store in about 7 years.
Wow.
Like that's not a thing right now.
Wow.
That's my guess.
So how are you guys? If you were to compare your Anypay, how are you guys different from BitPay?
Well, we do things that only Bitcoin can do, and BitPay is a lot like a normal bank processor. And the way it works is when your customer pays you, they take your money BitPay, goes to BitPay, and then BitPay gives you a bank transfer. Like that's how BitPay works. And with Anypay, the money goes right from your customer's wallet to your wallet. So
Okay.
you can, anyone in the world can get set up. You just put in your crypto wallet addresses, and payments go directly from your customer to your wallet.
Hmm. Oh wow. And
Yeah.
I know we've had this, when you talk about Bitcoin, you're not necessarily speaking about BTC, correct?
Well, Bitcoin is this multi-generational system that encompasses several different forks.
Correct. So because recently in February, you guys made an announcement that you were no longer accepting BTC. Could you please tell us about the background of this decision that you made, and if
Well,
this
the
decision?
good news for anyone who likes BTC, I think first of all, one, we think it's stupid to pay with BTC because you're ripping off the merchant you're paying. They're not going to be able to get nearly as much value as they want, because we've seen countless times merchants do all these low value transactions. Maybe it's just because we were only doing like small retail transactions, that they wouldn't be able to spend anything because of the fees. Now, like BTC is really great for higher value payments, and so the real reason that we temporarily eliminated BTC was because there was a bug in our platform, which happened because BTC added a new rule that we didn't realize was going to change the experience. So we had to update Anypay to reject transactions that use this new rule that makes payments bad.
Okay. And what's his rule that you're speaking of? Is it?
The rule is it allows people to cancel transactions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so this was a new rule that was added a while back, and once we realized that it could be used to scam merchants, we had to change our system so that we can reject this kind of transaction. Because
Okay.
you can't cancel a payment. Like we're picky, and we only allow payments that are going to definitely go confirm.
Okay. Okay. So, but BTC now BTC is accepted on
Yeah,
Anypay,
yeah. I
correct?
mean, people love to jump onto that. They love controversy.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm not super interested in BTC for every product that we do. So I Anypay is the easiest way to get paid with BTC online, hands down. And you don't have to provide a bunch of information because there's no payment processor at all. Anypay, we never touch the money, so it goes right from your customer to your wallet. But you get all kinds of great stuff like accounting and price lock-in, and your customer can never pay the wrong amount. They can't pay too much or not enough, and they can't pay too low of a fee because those kind of mistakes are automatically rejected. So yeah, and so it's the best for BTC for anyone who really does want to accept Bitcoin BTC and they think that they have people who will pay them. Our APIs are excellent. It's super easy and way easier to set up than like BTC Pay server, which you have to install this software. You have to get a server. You have to operate it. Like our customers are business owners who want it to be stupid easy. They don't want to operate servers or have the IP addresses and domain names and encryption and then bills. Like you have to pay for that. With Anypay, you just put in your wallet address, and then you can collect payments with our API or on a web app or in WordPress or other places.
Great. Yeah, I was going to ask you about BTC Pay Server. Thank you for you took care of
Yeah,
that already. Yeah.
yeah.
So you guys are not dealing with the Lightning Network, correct?
But we only help people transact in ways where we don't touch their money.
Hmm,
Okay,
interesting.
so we never touch any customer's money ever. So when people pay, it always goes right from the customer to the merchant, or the sender to the receiver. We just help make it perfect and fast and easy. The Lightning
Wow.
Network, it's not possible to do that. Unfortunately, it would be really great if it was, but we would have to put ourselves in the middle of the transaction in order to make sure that the money ended up in the merchant's wallet. And so we determined it's not possible.
Oh wow, great explanation. Thank you. Yeah, now I see how you're different than BitPay and Globy. I mean, that's wow. Yeah, so wow, that's now I really like Anypay. This is great. So so right now you're focusing on creating applications and focusing on expanding what's possible within Bitcoin. Can you allude to any of those plans that what you guys are working on right now?
Yeah, well, Bitcoin is a way of assigning nearly irrefutable ownership of information to a person or a company. And everyone who has a Bitcoin wallet knows this. They're like, I have my wallet, I have my keys, I own, I'm recognized as the rightful owner of this information, these coins. And I can prove to the whole world that these are my coins and I can spend them, or I can send them, I can transfer them, I can do what I want. Um, and it turns out that the security technology that makes it possible for you to own your coins also makes it possible for you to own and or to be assigned and recognized as the owner of any kind of information at all. And there's a lot of things in the world where ownership is nebulous, and it becomes hard to do business or accumulate capital long term for your family, um, or have business relationships where it's not clear who owns what part of the business, or yeah, or then there's all kinds of problems. And then you have to get attorneys to sort things out, and there's documents that people have to read and understand. And Bitcoin is awesome. You don't need to have all these people to verify that you own the coins. It's one math problem. You just check. It's a simple, do you own that? Yes. Everyone in the world can know that you own that. And that's not how ownership works for anything else
Wow.
before Bitcoin. Like it was very hard to prove that you owned anything at all. Like if you think about it.
Wow, that really takes property rights to like a different level, huh? Like it just makes things. It's just, the possibilities there are incredible. Wow, I've never, I mean, it's been obvious to me, but I've never heard it phrased that way. Thank you.
Yeah. And so your normal Bitcoin
Yeah.
keys can be used to prove that you are the creator of, or the owner of property, just by nature of the signature that you make when you transfer your Bitcoins.
It's interesting how a fungible and privacy focused coin like Monero really doesn't allow you to do that since it is private. Um, are you guys considering adding Monero anytime in the future to Anypay?
Well, yeah. So the Monero uses cryptography and encryption, whereas Bitcoin it it doesn't use encryption at all. The key to Bitcoin and why it allows you to properly assign property rights is because it uses digital signatures. So Monero can also uses digital signatures. Monero is difficult for us, okay, because we can't be involved in holding people's money or being in the middle of a transaction. All payments, all transactions need to be signed by the payer or the signer and assigned or sent to the receiver, and without us being touching the money.
Right.
And especially because Monero is often used for things that, while maybe lawful, are illegal in certain jurisdictions. And so, well, we can't, as a business, especially where we live, be taking possession of people's Monero. Just like we can't take possession of a Lightning Network payment. We don't want to do that. That's not what we want. We think that there's a better way where we can build business solutions without having to have like middlemen. And so Monero is more challenging to build that kind of thing because it's less transparent. With more transparent systems, our software can monitor what's going on and report to you when you've received something or been paid, and we can say you want to pay to 5 different people different amounts or to 5 different accounts. We can verify each amount is correct and that the payment is perfect and it's going to the right people. So we can make business more efficient and easier when we can verify that all the payments are right. And this is something really unique that Bitcoin allows. With Monero, it's more difficult because we can only verify signatures that were created or assigned to us as a company. So with Monero, if you send a payment to your friend, you may be able to do this when we're talking about where it sends to multiple people, so you can have creative business apps.
Yeah.
But only you and these 3 people you're paying know that it happened. So we can't build business solutions that help coordinate and verify that everything worked right.
I see.
We can't see into it at all.
So, okay, I see what you're saying. So, wow, thank you for the explanation. At first there, I'm like, I didn't understand what you were saying, but now it makes perfect sense. Yes, because of how private Monero is, it makes it difficult to have the proper accounting necessary for a business solution. Is that
it's
much
very difficult? Yes, because in order to decipher what's going on inside of Monero, you have to have access to the full Monero blockchain, and that the Monero transaction that you're looking at has to be assigned to your account, to your keys. And if it's not, then you can't see what's going on. So there's no way that we can make software that, as far as I know, that is totally non-custodial, where we don't have to touch it. Now, there is an interesting thing, and maybe it's possible in the future, but this is all very complex stuff. So Monero does have these special keys called view keys,
right,
which you can give to a third party, and then they would be able to see what's going on with your account. So it's possible in the future that that you could use tools like the ones that we make for businesses with Monero by providing 2 keys, your public address and this view key, and then we'd be able to see into all of your transactions, and then help your business automate things and make sure that everything was paid correctly.
right. Okay. So does that mean that there may be a future for Monero and Anypay?
Well, we entertain anything that can help our business customers get capital, get paid, that can be used anywhere in the world by anyone, where you don't have to have a license or a big firm. Like, who knows what's going to happen with these companies that are processing Monero and taking customer funds in Monero, it's likely that that's going to be difficult to keep going for a long time, legally speaking. If you're like a money transmission service that involves Monero, so like we're taking a long-term approach by making sure that all of our software never touches any money. And yeah, and if
Okay.
Monero is going to succeed, it will be around for a long time. So
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, a lot of our subscribers and viewers here on YouTube, they like Monero, so that's why it's important to ask. Now, do you since okay, so your software is not something that you as a company ever. The software itself takes care of everything for you guys and for the merchant. How can a merchant assure themselves that they're not going to be receiving accidentally or on purpose any tainted or dirty coins, any dirty Bitcoins or tainted Bitcoin?
though I think the number one way is to not sell illegal products. That's a if your business is above board, then you will be at less risk of accepting coins that have been used in dangerous, unethical transactions.
Okay, but I mean, there's still the possibility that myself as a merchant could possibly receive tainted Bitcoin for any other type of transaction that is not illicit, and then maybe I'm left holding tainted coin that when I take to the exchange they might flag me for.
Well, this is number one reason why you don't use an exchange. You use Bitcoin, you earn Bitcoin, and you spend it, right? That's the way. And so far as I know, that is a problem for some people who are closely related to unethical activity. And as far as I can tell, that isn't a big concern in general with people. I've never heard of anyone who accidentally got some tainted coins and then couldn't spend them. Maybe that's going to be in the future. What we're more interested in is creating technology that can enhance property rights and help businesses grow, and in a very transparent and open way.
Right on. So if for anyone out there listening that is a merchant, whether it be online or if they have a point of sale, an actual storefront, what would be your advice for them if they wanted to start taking crypto as payment?
If they want to start taking crypto as payment, well, our target audience, who we want to help the most, is no longer people who want to take crypto as payment. We're looking to use the technology behind Bitcoin, including payments, to help new ventures start their business and get access to customers and capital with no money at all, with no banks, with no exchanges, very easily. And that's what I'm most excited about, is creating a new economy. Now, like, everything's collapsing and it's going to continue that way for a long time. And whole huge swaths of the world will transform, where there used to be one kind of economy that was a certain way, and now all of the energy is moving to new places with new kinds of economies that are better organized using better technology. And so we're focused on people who want to start their business and get like things like pre-sales, or make it easy for them to come into revenue sharing agreements in their business so that they can get access to financing and capital. And
Wow.
So that's really where we want to move.
Wow, that's interesting. Now I really want to ask you about that. That's fascinating. So
like, think about this. So like,
yeah,
only Bitcoin can create a revenue sharing agreement where neither of the parties take or say there's 5 parties who are all in a revenue share agreement,
Mm-hmm.
but none of them ever touch each other's money.
Oh, wow. That's
Right? Because
awesome.
like
Yeah.
whenever a customer comes to pay, their wallet can split it 5 ways based on the revenue share agreement.
Oh, wow. And so you're facilitating that. That's something that is possible now with Anypay, and what
Okay,
you're going
yeah.
to
So
keep building.
yes. So we don't care about people who want to accept Bitcoin. That's not a benefit. It's like, it's not very compelling. I hear that there's people who want privacy, and that is a different product, and it's not the kind of product that we are looking to sell with Bitcoin. We want to make better business solutions that can grow new ventures, help people have good contracts, good business agreements, and automate all the back end stuff that previously caused it to be really hard to start a complex business.
Wow. Yeah, you're really thinking outside of the box. I can't think of other people thinking about this right now. This is
So
awesome, Stephen.
every one of the transactions on our platform goes to multiple recipients, and each recipient never touches each other's money.
Oh, wow.
And we have a very, very simple APIs so that you can collect in a number of different coins payment to as many recipients and as many amounts as you want. And so now we have this platform that we use to create new and interesting business solutions for people that aren't possible before. And now any developer or company can think about a business solution where your customer is paying you to multiple different people, different accounts, based on different arrangements. And you can build that with our platform. We take away all of the confusing Bitcoin stuff and all the cryptographic functions and the networking and the security. It's all handled, and we have built this technology into a bunch of the best wallets. So your customer's wallet just takes care of all of your business arrangements behind the scenes. You never have to communicate. You never have to do like settlement with your business partners later or with your supplier. It's all at once instantly.
Oh, wow. So for anyone that has a business and wants state of the art business solutions, wow, this is it. And I can see a lot of like the startup world using this, especially when when you start a business and the accounting is difficult, and like a revenue share agreement that you spoke about, those things can require some sort of system of escrow for payments to be dispersed. And here you are providing businesses with an option that is automatized using Bitcoin itself, cryptocurrency. This is incredible. So this is something you guys are working on right now, and this is something you guys are building on. Where do you see this going? What's the future for Anypay?
Well, we really love property, and we love contracts, and we love things like insurance. And I firmly believe that the problems in our world are caused because most people are too low on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And people need some basic things. And when we can get better property control, property ownership, contracts, better audit logs of business activity between partners, then people can create businesses that are sustainable and that can help them become more free and more wealthy individually, and help their community. And Bitcoin payments are one aspect of bringing better property ownership to the economy and to the market. And there's a huge amount of unknowns involved in making contracts and business deals. And that, so with your Bitcoin keys, you can be assigned ownership of coins, but you can also be assigned ownership of, say, a contract where you can sign a contract and prove that you signed that contract at a certain time, and you can prove what the contents of the contract are, and
Wow.
and like without ever having to, have documents that are shifted around the world, and you can prove that you paid a stake in a business, and you can see what are the terms of that business, because it can be provably transparent using the property tools of this technology.
So, is your software open source?
No, software is owned by Anypay Inc. And it is subject to, well, it's owned and controlled by us. So the software is, and everything, all these things we produce, we own, and we have user agreements with our customers that we will provide specific service. And all of the payments are open. So all of the data, the payments are all on chain. So all of the data is there, all of the splits. And we're aiming to put more and more of the tools that we produce and the data on the blockchain, or I guess to use Bitcoin to make all of our applications open and transparent while still owning the source code.
Okay, I see. Thank you for explaining that. Wow, Stephen, thank you for your time. I mean, there's so much that, I mean, I thought this interview was going to end, and no, you just gave me so much to think about and to explore, and I want to thank you for that. So, is there anything else that we should be looking forward to because it seems as if like you're far ahead. And my question to you is, do you know if maybe any of the big accounting firms like Deloitte are looking to do what you're doing or to compete with you in this realm, because you're really taking Bitcoin to its logical conclusion in securing property rights?
Oh, I'm sure that what we are doing, as it solves more problems, more people will want to come and take our customers away. And so we'll make our profits now and use those to move into the future faster. And yeah, I mean, obviously all of these concepts will be adopted because they're great for business, they're great for relationships and for accounting, and they're great for making accountability. And yeah, definitely these firms will want it. It will make the world much better.
So I've been following your blog, and I highly recommend everyone here to go to anypayinc.com. Is that correct? Anypayinc.com, correct? That's the website?
Oh yeah, that's right. And oh yeah, we're our new favorite app, our new favorite wallet for Bitcoin, which is, it's totally unlike any wallet that you've ever had before. And it's a super wallet. It has superpowers that are not really meant to be just transferring money or anonymity. Instead, these superpowers are meant to give you better tools for other parts of life that aren't only about anonymity or money transfers. And so this super wallet is called Relay X. And I highly recommend everyone to download Relay X Super Wallet from the App Store or the Play Store. It's super interesting. And if you don't get it yet, and you're like, what's going on with this Relay X? Get the app, and it will become clear what the more and more superpowers you can get for yourself and for your business and different relationships with this super wallet. So I highly recommend everyone get Relay X.
Relay X, okay.
Relay X, okay. Relay X, here's an example.
Sure.
well, I don't know if I should go into too many examples,
No,
but
please go by all means. We have time. I mean,
yeah,
we're good.
well, okay. With Relay X, you can create ownership and of contracts and of different kinds of data and content, and people can assign it to you. You can self-publish information instead of like posting your content to LinkedIn or Instagram, where now those platforms, they own your information. With Relay X Super Wallet, you can publish your own information, and it's verified by your Bitcoin keys. So the whole world can verify you own that information. It's awesome. And it makes it even has more superpowers. Like when you're browsing on the web and you go to check out, you notice some places now they have a little button that says Relay X, and you just swipe with this button and you pay.
Nice.
And there's no more like weird scanning or entering this information. And it's like super fast and easy. It allows you for people who like privacy, it allows you to have apps where you can receive encrypted information or create encrypted information using your Bitcoin keys that only you or other people that you want can access and see. And there are going to be so many amazing superpowers you can get. So get the Relay X Super Wallet.
That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, that's great. So definitely, we're gonna play with the Relay X wallet. You sold us on that, and I've been watching your blog. You guys are putting out awesome content explaining the development of Anypay. Highly recommend everyone to go to anypayinc.com and follow their blog, and they have all of their updates. I mean, this is just incredible. I mean, you really opened my third eye here, and I am seeing things that I had not seen possible with Bitcoin for a long time. And that's kind of like what happened. I don't know. I mean, I don't mean to bash small blockers or anything. I don't want this to turn into that. But there was a concerted effort to tell people what is possible and not possible with Bitcoin in the past 5 years or so. And I know you to be one of the people that have like said, no, we still can do these things with Bitcoin, and you're doing it. And thank you for doing that, Stephen. I really appreciate that.
Well, I love helping people create businesses, and obviously we all think, as far as I understand, that Bitcoin is like an early stage technology startup company, and the more shares you get, the richer you're going to be in the future. And maybe it's not like that. Maybe it's the price will never go up, but the more payments you can receive, the richer you will get, and the more little bits and little outputs that you can accumulate over time, the richer you will be. And that's the vision of Bitcoin that I love the most, because then you don't have to care about what the price is. You can care about creating awesome things that help people, and you get paid, because the technology that underlies all of Bitcoin is the same, no matter who you are. And it gives you all these powers for integrity and privacy and many things, and that we can build with. So say like you're an app developer, instead of worrying about how can I buy some Bitcoins so that they'll go up in the future, make an app using the Anypay platform, and every time someone does a payment in your app, you get paid a couple of cents or $1 or however much you want. And you never have to have a money license. You never have to get approved by the authorities. You don't have to have attorneys and accountants, because you never touch the money. So you're empowered to do exactly what we do, just make amazing experiences. And our platform makes it so easy that your apps can get paid all the time. You can get little bits of Bitcoin or big bits, depending on how valuable the transaction is you're helping make in your software.
That's really cool. I mean, this is like so hopeful, to talk about these things because um, maybe this is something interesting that I want to ask you about because as a payment processor or as someone who's facilitating business solutions and accounting for other businesses, nowadays you would be tempted to assume that an entity like Anypay would facilitate as many cryptocurrencies as possible. And what I'm gathering from you is that you're being very selective and not just selecting those cryptocurrencies that provide you uh, with the easiness to use, but with the options to use, and also with the network effect of having a useful medium of exchange, right? Um, so my question to you is, what would you say to this newfound vigor within crypto of just creating tokens for every single use case?
You mean the proliferation of so-called blockchains and
Blockchains and
the so-called
tokens,
cryptocurrencies?
yeah.
Well, we're
So
big.
many, yeah. It's almost, I call them coupon economies, right? What do you think of that?
I think coupons are great. Coupons are a tool that businesses use to offer discounts to their business or to offer gift cards and things that are redeemable at their business that give you some advantage as a customer, and they help the business because a coupon has some scientific marketing attached to it that allows your business to put things out, advertisements and stuff. When the coupon comes back, they can see this advertisement worked because the customer used a coupon. Okay. Just to talk about coupons for a second.
Right. So what about the proliferation of blockchains that you mentioned?
Well, I want to be able to, I think that Bitcoin can create better coupons, first of all, because of the Bitcoin technology and the way that you can be sure about something, about information being true, and that you created it, and that this person does have it, and that it's linked to other information, and it's all provable. I think it's great, and no matter what Bitcoin you use, that's possible. So we really like Bitcoin and see that Bitcoin satisfies all of the use cases that all these other systems do, and the only one that they don't satisfy is free money for the founders.
Okay, that's funny. All right, well, I guess we'll leave on that note. Thank you very much for your time, Stephen. We can keep talking forever. I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to invite you back on the show to explain further developments within Anypay. Is there any parting words of advice that you would want to leave to any entrepreneur out there listening to us today, or any merchant or business that is looking for blockchain solutions?
If you want to get more involved with Bitcoin itself, find ways to help people in which only Bitcoin can help, and that you will find more value and have a much more sustainable trajectory in your business if you solve new problems with this new technology that couldn't be solved before.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Stephen. It was a pleasure speaking to you today.
Thank you.
Take care.